Nintendo never ceases to amaze me. Sometimes they make truly amazing games, and other times they truly baffle me with their decisions. Mostly with their legal team. So to address the elephant in the room, yes, Tsuyu is dead. And yes, Tsuyu is dead because essentially there are reports that Yuzu used stolen Nintendo Switch SDK materials. And that's a no-no when it comes to reverse engineering or emulating anything. So yes, Tsuyu is done for, and presumably any other Nintendo Switch emulator based on Yuzu. But that's not the focus of the story today. Today we're going to talk about something that Nintendo would never abide: mods. Nintendo hates fan games. That much is known, but Nintendo also hates game mods. Not only do they dislike mods for their own games, but they also dislike mods for other games where people just add Nintendo characters. The biggest example happening right now is with Garrys Mod. Garrys Mod is a legendary, well, sandbox type game. There are many modes that you can download, and many mods you can download, and models and all of that stuff to just mess around with. Among those chiefly are in fact Nintendo mods. I do find it strange that Nintendo waited 20 years to act on Gmod mods, and many people suspected that it was the work of a copyright troll, but it was confirmed by Mr. Garry Newman himself that yes, in fact, it was Nintendo that issued these DMCA takedowns. Nintendo themselves dislike Gmod mods. And of course, being that this is Nintendo we're dealing with, they kind of do have to comply, otherwise they might face litigation against Nintendo, and no one wants to see Nintendo in court. Now granted, they may not have the strongest consoles, but they certainly have the strongest legal team. But here's the especially troubling part about this. It says here Nintendo related stuff. I think it's pretty understood that you can't just take assets from a different game put in the Gmod. That would be copyright infringement. But what about, say, an original model of Mario? A Mario model that doesn't exist in any actual Nintendo game. It is Mario, but it's not made by Nintendo. It's not used in any actual Nintendo game. It's a recreation of Mario by some random guy. Would that also be taken down? Because if that's the case, then there's going to be a lot more issues moving forward. Not just with, Garry's Mod, but with any game on Steam, period. I get it, you shouldn't rip assets directly from copyrighted video games to use as mods. Cause let's think about it, if they can just take down any Nintendo related mods, even mods that aren't strictly from a actual Nintendo game, then prepare to never see any Nintendo related mods for any non-Nintendo game ever again. But this isn't the first time Nintendo's actually struck at the Steam workshop. Nintendo's actually done this with a game called Framemakers. Framemakers is what we call a platform fighter, kind of like Super Smash Bros. But instead of Nintendo characters, it features characters from various different indie titles. This game also features the Steam Workshop, which means you can create custom characters and maps and whatnot. And one of these custom characters was a recreation of Mario. And this was Mario as he appeared in a Flash game known as Super Smash Flash 2, which, is also like a Super Smash Bros. Fan game. It was initially believed that Aaron Peters, the copyright troll that was believed to have taken down the Gmod mods, was also behind this Framemakers mod takedown. But as it turns out, it actually was from Nintendo. What this essentially means is you can't use any Nintendo IP whatsoever. Not even if you did all the artwork yourself or did all the sound effects yourself. If it's supposed to represent an existing Nintendo character, then you can't do it. Nintendo will take you down. This is a worrisome experience, the fact that this happened to 2 different games. Other games could become targets as well. Rivals of Aether is another platform fighter with workshop support, and there's Nintendo characters in that as well. I even have a Captain Falcon mod. And I'm sure there are some Rivals of Aether mods that, use Nintendo assets. There are plenty of mods that use Nintendo characters, but with original assets, aside from maybe sound effects. What do I think about this? Well, I think this is all a terrible idea. Like, you're telling me Nintendo can police these types of mods? I feel like this will lead to a very, and I mean very, bad precedent. Because if removing this type of stuff is fair game, then it's also fair to say that Nintendo is killing modding, and not just for their own games, but for other games as well. If you like this video, please press the like button and check out our other videos, and if you like those other videos as well, be sure to press the subscribe button and share the good gospel of high-tech lowlife with your friends. Furthermore, we have a community Discord for enlightened individuals such as you. And if you wish to further support high-tech lowlife, be sure to check out our Patreon page. Links in the description.